Business now from Delano. We're going to start out in the US. The Dow Jones hit a record high, didn't it?
That's right, Stuart. Good morning. For the first time in its history, in fact, the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed above the 20,000 mark. Many are giving the new American President Donald Trump credit, saying investor confidence has been restored with Trump's stance on infrastructure and deregulation. After the Dow Jones closed on Wednesday, President Trump simply tweeted "Great" with the hashtag Dow20K. Brian Quinn reports.
Wall Street's most famous index hits a new milestone. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, a price-weighted index of 30 blue-chip stocks, crossed the 20,000 mark for the first time in Wednesday trading and continued to gain until the closing bell.
It just is a sign, it's a symbol that shows Main Street and Wall Street that our economy is getting better.
The U.S. market has been on a rally following Donald Trump's election victory. Trump's plans to slash business taxes, eliminate regulations, and boost infrastructure spending have engendered a mood of optimism in the financial industry.
Companies may have less cost related to whether it's compliance or regulation, and that frees quite a bit of the earnings at the bottom line. And so I think that the momentum is still strong, and I don't think that in the next couple of quarters, that momentum will reverse itself.
Markets have also been boosted by better-than-expected earnings reports in the fourth quarter of 2016. But many are quick to point out 20,000 is just a number, and some of Trump's protectionist policies could easily backfire.
The Dow hitting a particular level, say 20,000, doesn't really have much to do with the real economy. It will take a long, long time to figure out whether the presidential policies have been successful or not, as judged by the market, not by the market expectations.
The S&P 500 and NASDAQ composite indexes also hit record highs Wednesday.
So, Delano, as we heard there in that report, I mean, 20,000 just a number, but it's having an impact, isn't it, on the rest of the world as well?
That's right. It's just a psychological mark, Stuart, but it has sent stocks in Asia into positive territory this Thursday. The Nikkei in Japan ending Thursday's session well up over 1.5%, as you can see. Equally strong performance on the Hang Seng in Hong Kong at this hour. Next, Donald Trump will meet his first foreign leader as U.S. president on Friday when Theresa May visits the White House. The two leaders are expected to discuss UK-US trade deal that will cut tariffs and make it easier for workers to move between the two countries. Trade for Britain will top the agenda as the country looks to secure deals in the aftermath of last year's vote to leave the European Union. May remains confident of striking a beneficial deal with Donald Trump.
We will be looking for a UK-US trade deal that improves trade between our two countries, that will bring prosperity and growth to this country, that will ensure that we can bring jobs to this country as well. And I can assure the right honourable gentleman that in doing that, we will put UK interests and UK values first.
Theresa May speaking there. Let's take a look at some of the other stories we're tracking for you now. And Apple has filed a lawsuit against Qualcomm in China. The iPhone maker is accusing the chip maker of abusing control over its technology by charging excessive licensing fees. Most of Apple's products are assembled by contractors in China. Qualcomm has defended its fees, saying Apple was offered terms accepted by over 100 Chinese manufacturers. Social networking site Facebook says it's updating its trending feature. The move is intended to kill fake news stories, which critics argue propelled Donald Trump to the presidency. The company wants to make Facebook a more credible source of information. Facebook is also banishing perpetual publishers of false information from its lucrative ad network. Google has announced a similar stand against publishers of fake news. And Jose Cuervo is seeking to raise over $700 million in an initial public offering. The Mexican tequila maker's IPO was placed on ice twice last year. This after the election of U.S. President Donald Trump sent the Mexican peso to record lows. In prior IPO filings, Jose Cuervo warned Trump's presidency could seriously impact its business if trade deals between the U.S. and Mexico are renegotiated.
Now, then finally, some people are pretty keen on potentially, anyway, rubbing their shoulders with the US president, but they could end up paying rather a lot more for it at one Florida resort.
Indeed, Stuart. New members at the Mar-a-Lago resort owned by the Trump organization will see their initiation fee double to $200,000.
Wow.
The property in Palm Beach, Florida has been dubbed the Winter White House by the new president. The timing of the fee hike will likely add to criticism that the Trump organization is trying to profit from Donald Trump's presidency. In addition to the initiation fee, members pay an annual fee of $14,000 a year. Now, all this to enjoy a 20-acre resort which has a beach club, pools, restaurants, tennis courts, and a 20,000 square foot ballroom Trump built for events.
Bit pokey.
A bit pokey, and I checked the. It depends on your taste to it. I checked the TripAdvisor site, and I even saw a gold sink.
A gold sink.
A gold sink. So
That's well worth the money then.
I know, clearly. Sign him up.
Delano's booking his ticket, I was going to say. Okay, I am as well. Thanks a lot, Delano, with Business on France 24.